Hello, I'm a little bit late. Sorry, I was wondering what to talk about in this 5 minutes, and so I was looking up sarcopenia, obviously, because I thought I'd talk about sarcopenia again today and the importance of keeping your muscles strong. And then I got onto a which was looking at sarcopenia and diet and in older people. And I was skimming it, and then I noticed it was 1056. So I thought I had better, 10 years before the Battle of Hastings. So I thought I'd better go live. So everything that I've been reading about sarcopenia, muscle wastage, which happens as you get older, and is not inevitable. A little bit is, but it's not inevitable. It's getting more and more attention in research and medical things. I mean, about 10 years ago, when I started as a personal trainer, sarcopenia wasn't mentioned. There were no articles about it, which seems a bit weird considering how much they now think it's to do with frailty, loss of quality of life, falling, death even. Don't want to scare you. And so there's now quite a lot of research going into sarcopenia. And it used to be thought that older people needed less protein because their muscles aren't as active and all the rest of it. But now they're starting to come to the conclusion that older people need just as much protein as when you were growing, because you need to keep your muscles. You can't increase muscle mass without protein, really. Protein are the building blocks for the amino acids, and protein are the building blocks for your muscles. So without those amino acids, without those building blocks, you can't really combat muscle sarcopenia. And they talk about exercise as opposed to nutrition, which works best. But for me, obviously, the exercise and the nutrition go hand in hand. So I would say, as well as doing these exercises, I would say, and I've said this before, have protein at every meal, lessen the amount of carbohydrate you eat more fat, proper fat, don't have low fat stuff. But mainly, so people say, well, what do you have? What do you eat if you have protein at every meal? So for breakfast, I never have toast. I never have cereal. I don't have that anyway. But I'll have scrambled eggs. Or, I mean, if you want to have it on a piece of toast, do. Toast bread gives me heartburn, so I don't eat it. I have bacon and eggs. I have salmon, smoked salmon, cream cheese. I have lots of nice stuff like that. Lunch is, I always have some form of protein, fish, or it's not a very good diet for vegetarians, fish or meat. And the same, I usually only eat twice a day. Since I switched to a low carb, high fat diet, I find I'm not very, I don't get hungry like I used to. So I only sometimes have a couple of meals a day. Right, sorry, that was quite short and a bit preachy, and I'm sorry. So to minimize sarcopenia, use your muscles and eat protein. Simple, easy peasy. Right, so we'll get started with today's strength class. So if you're new to this, you'll need a kitchen chair or a dining room chair, but a chair without arms. And you'll need to be able to get down, up and down off the floor to be able to fully participate. If you don't know how to do that, if you're a bit worried about that, there's a short video on my YouTube channel that shows you how to get up and down off the floor safely. So there's not going to be much chatting in this class. We start warming up, then we do the main body of the exercise, and then we finish with some stretching. Okay, so we're going to get started. With a little ado, just let me pull the camera down a little bit. So we're going to just walking on the spot, just nice and gently. Just swing your arms slightly, just to exaggerate the swing a little bit, just to get your shoulders mobilized. Doesn't matter whether you swing your arms straight or bent. You could do both. Mobilize your elbows. We're just going to do this for a few more seconds. If you can, do this exercise on your toes, this warming up on your toes, because that's good for your calves, it's good for your ankles. So 3, 2, 1. Okay, just let me get this out of the way. Right, we're going to do a little bit. We're going to get our arms and our shoulders and our back nice and warm. So I've got a new warm-up one. So you're going to have your hands by your sides. Turn your hands so your palms are facing out. And you're going to push the air up. Touch your hands. I'm going to bend down to show you this. So turn your hands that way. Push the air up. Touch your hands above your head. Turn your arms again and push down. So we're going to do that 10 times. So this is 3. I'm going to stand up now because you know what I'm doing. 4. So you're getting a twist in your arm. 5. That might be 6, but it doesn't matter. 7. 8. 9. 10. Wonderful. This time we're going to raise one arm and at the same time bring the other arm back and then alternate. If you can't get your, I should have said this with this one. If you can't get your arms up like that, just do the best you can. Don't think, oh, I can never do this. I'm just going to put this up a bit. Don't think I can never do this and give up, because with practice, you will be able to do it. So I'm going to do this 10 times. 1, 2, this is mobilizing your shoulders. 3, and warming up your back muscles. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This one that we've just been doing is really good for your posture. So when I'm out running, because quite often when I'm running, I run walk, and when I'm on the walk bit, I'll do this. People must think I'm a bit mad, or sometimes I'll just walk down the road like that. It's very difficult to have poor posture if your arms are up here and you're walking. Anyway, be that as it may. Next one, arms like this, elbows at 90 degrees. And we're just going to touch elbows together. 1. If you can't get your elbows together, just do what you can. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, we'll leave the arms and the shoulders for a bit now. Those exercises, as well as warming you up, will actually be strengthening your muscles as well. So as well as mobilizing your joints and, I forgot the wing one, but we're not going to do that today. It's strengthening your muscles as well. So it's warming them up and strengthening them at the same time. Sorry, I'm just going to have to put this down again. Right, so we're going to do our little routine. We're going to do heel digs and at the same time anchor your elbow, and we're going to do a bicep curl with the opposite arm. There are only 4 of you today. I wonder where everybody's gone. So opposite arm and leg. 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to just take a step out to the side. And then at the same time, prayer hands. And you're going to push out to the side. This is warming up your arms as well. And your legs. Balance, strength, coordination. Oh, there's nothing it doesn't do. 3, 2, 1. Then we're going to take a step back. And at the same time, Your hands are going to come forward. Splay your fingers. If you remember those headlights on your knees, keep them pointing forwards. And hands straight out in front of you. 3, 2, 1. And the last one is you're just going to do a toe tap, tapping your toe. So toe tap, and at the same time, swinging your arm, the opposite arm. Make sure it's the opposite arm and leg. 3, 2, 1. Right, I'm just going to get this out of the way. We're going to put them all together. So we're going to do heel dig, side, back, toe tap. 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 Heel dig, we'll do it one more time at this speed, back, and then we're going to speed it up a wee bit. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, take small steps, back. One last time. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Well done. Right, we're going to go straight into the main body of the exercise now, and we're going to do 10 squats. If you need to know how to do squats, have a look at the Wednesday, join the Wednesday class, because I go into it in more detail there. But remember, it's sitting down without the chair. You don't have to go right down, you can go to there. Or if you need to, just use the chair to stand up and sit down. Remember, your knees don't come in. So we're going to do 10 squats. So we're going to go 1, the weight is on your heels. 2, I'll show you this way. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, I'm falling backwards. 8, 9, 10. Oh, right. We're just going to go down a little bit into the squat position. We're going to do some squat walking. So hold this position. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Woo! That gets these going, doesn't it? We're going to do it this way now. I'm going to do it diagonally so as you can see the technique stays. So down. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need a bigger sitting room, don't I? Whoa. Give your legs a wiggle. Right, we're going to give a bit of, let me get I need my trusty phone so that we're going to do 30 seconds of punching. So we're going to do, feet hip width apart, knees bent, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We'll do it in bouts of 3. We're going to do it for 30 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Straight out punching. No, your hand just comes straight out from your chest. 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's difficult to do this and look at the watch. 2, 3, 27, 28, 29, 30. There we go. My punching gets a bit like that when I'm looking at the watch, but it should be. You hold your hand, you punch, put your hand like that, don't have your thumbs in. And it's really straight from the chest. 1, 2, 3. It's a funny movement. It's a movement we're not used to as women because we don't do punching, but it is good for you. Excuse me. Right, we're going to do another 30 seconds. Ready? Adopt the stance. I don't know why I do it there. I don't know why I just don't get nearer to the watch. Ready? Oops, wait. Off we go. 3. 1, 2, 3. Jab, jab, jab. I suppose this takes quite a toll on your elbow. My left arm is less obedient than my right. 1, 2, 3. 27, 28, 29, 30. There we go. Woof. It's quite tiring, that, isn't it? You wouldn't think it would be. Right, lunging. Remember, a lunge is in four sections. Have the chair near you if you need to. If you need to hold on to it, because it's balancing as well. I heard the other day from somebody who couldn't do lunges, but now can do lunges. So I'm really pleased about that. But it's a question of strength and balance. So you do a step forward, bend your back knee, don't put it on the floor, up and back. That's 1. Keep your torso upright. Remember the headlights on your knees and on your hips 2. It always takes me a little while just to get my balance. 3, forward. Make it 4 distinct steps, 4, rather than a flowing movement. It's 4 distinct steps. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one on this side. 10. And then we're going to do the other side. So it's 1. Always takes me a little while to get my balance, to reorientate myself. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Woo. 7. Did you notice that wobble? I did that on purpose. 8. 9. I can feel my knees grinding when I do this. 10. Well done. Right. We're going to go on the floor. I'll just tilt this down while you get on the floor. Is that okay? Can you see okay? Yes, I think that's okay. So we're going to do press up. Now, somebody contacted me now and said they could do 5.5 press ups, which I think is wonderful. And they couldn't do any when they first started. So if you keep at it, it does work. So remember, we're doing a 3/4 press up. So you start with on your hands and knees, Put your hands slightly forward and then bring your torso forward so that your hands are under your shoulders again. If you want to, you don't have to do the full press up. You can just lower to the ground and then bring yourself up. If you've got bad knees, you can actually lie on your tummy, put your hands under your shoulders and just press up and then lower yourself down again. But it's more effective if you're on your knees. So on your knees, go back a bit actually. Forward, we're going to do 7 today. And we're going to stick at that for the rest of March. So, 1, 2, don't know if I can do 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's hard, isn't it? Right, we're going to do everybody's favourite with the front planks and the side planks. Right, so remember, front plank, lie on your tummy, elbows under your shoulders, hands here like a sphinx. Let me just grab hold of my phone. And then up on your toes. If you find it difficult to be up here, you can rest for a bit on your knees because you still, and then up again. So don't sag down if you're resting. Just put your knees down and then bring them back up again. Right, ready, steady, go. I'll count out in 10 seconds so that you know roughly how long you can hold it for. We're going to do it for a minute. Doesn't matter if you can only do it for 2 seconds or 1 second. At least you're doing it. And it will improve. Just think of the person who couldn't do any push-ups and now can. Oh, sorry. We're on 25 now. 30, so halfway through. 40. 50. 55, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60. Well done. Oh, how did you manage? Right, side plank. Elbow under your shoulder, really important. Lower leg bent if you can't do the full side plank. Up you get, and off we go. Again, I'll do this in 10 seconds, so. Ten. Nice big gap here if you can. 20. 25, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Oh, there we are. Woo! And then the other side. This is so good for your core. Really is. So good for it. You can feel your core working. Other side, hand, elbow under your shoulder. Legs straight or bent. Up we go. And now. 10. 20. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Well done. Whoa. Right, boat. So remember, you're sitting on this one, and lean back on your pelvis a little bit, and hold your knees, hold your thighs up if you want. I know some of you find this really difficult. So if you need to do this, we're going to do this twice for 30 seconds. So if you need to hold your legs the whole time, that's absolutely fine. Try not to put too much strain on your arms, just enough so that you're not screaming in agony. If you can do it without holding your knees, fine. If you're hardcore and want to straighten your legs, finer. And if you want to bring your torso closer to your knees, that actually makes it a little bit more difficult. So holding your knees or not, it's entirely up to you. I'm going to try and do it without holding my knees. You can straighten one leg and then the other, maybe. One leg and then the other. If you need to hold on, do hold on. I don't want to make this impossible for you. I want to make it so that you can do it. We're on 20 seconds now. So last few seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. How was that? Did you manage it? You don't have to go straight into the most difficult way of doing it and think, oh, I can't do this. If you can only do it like this for a couple of seconds and then you have to rest, absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Whatever you do is better than nothing, and you will improve, trust me. Right. Now, I saw something the other day, just while we're here. Sitting on the floor to watch telly is very beneficial. I find sitting on the floor a bit more difficult these days. I used to do it all the time when I was younger. So I think I'm going to start doing that again. It just uses different muscles. You can't slob out as much. Anyway, back, holding your knees, and off we go. So I'm going to do that there. I am just going to move my legs one at a time. Get a bit nearer my knees. Oh, this is hard. 13, 14, 15. We'll be on 20 soon. 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and relax. Whew, how was that? Hard. Let's put that away for a moment. Right, bridge. Lying down, feet so that you can just touch them with your middle finger. Remember, have your thighs parallel. And we're going to go up in a bridge. Squeeze your glutes, really squeeze, really, really squeeze. And then we're going to go down and up, just touching our bottom on the floor, and then up again to squeeze. That's 1, up, 2, squeeze, 3. You wanted to, you could put one leg up, but you've got to keep the rest of you absolutely still. Don't move anything other than that leg. 3, and then you can do the other leg. 4, down and up. 5, down and up. Squeeze. 6. Well, if you want to. 7. Squeeze. 8. 9. One more. 10. Give a good squeeze, seeing as this is the last one. Really, really squeeze those glutes. And then down. And relax and sit up. Do this one above your head. And then just lean forward a bit. You don't have to be able to touch your toes. Just lean forward, whichever way suits you best, just to get the kink out of your back. And then we're going to get up. And we're going to do, my head's disappeared. We're going to do, it's been faster today because I haven't talked as much. We're going to do the high intensity. Now remember, this is voluntary. I know it's all voluntary, but what we're going to do is high intensity exercise for 3 bouts of 20 seconds. So it consists of just very, very quickly, tiny little steps on the spot, using your arms as well. Really, really. If you've got knee problems, not because you don't fire, then hang on, then you can do the punching that we did. But only do that if you've got knee problems. Don't do it because it's a slightly easier way of doing it. I have spoken. If you've got any heart problems, if you get a pain in your chest, anything like that, stop immediately, obviously. I don't need to tell you that. You're intelligent human beings. So, are you ready? On your marks, set, off you go. "17, 18, 19, 20. How was that? It seemed a long 20 seconds to me. I suppose it seemed even longer to you. So we'll just let you recover for a few more seconds, and then we'll go for the second one. Okay? You ready? On your marks, set, off you go. "17, 18, 19, 20. Well done. The reason I prefer you to do the running on the spot one is because high intensity exercise is very good for getting your heart moving and getting the blood pumping around your body. As your heart gets stronger, it gets more efficient, like all muscles, because the heart is a muscle, as you know, and it gets stronger, it gets more efficient. So if the more you exercise it, the better, well, within reason. So because the muscles in the lower half of your body are bigger than the muscles in the top half of your body, it needs more blood, needs more oxygen. And so the heart has to work a little bit harder if you're using the bottom half of your body. And that's why I prefer you to use the bottom half of your body. There we go. Last one. Are you ready? On your marks, set, off you go. "17, 18, 19, 20. Well done. You managed all three, running all three. That's really, really good. Before we go on to the stretching, just my usual few announcements. If you haven't, could you subscribe to my channel? I'd be really grateful if you did that, because last week when I looked, I had 297 subscribers. So I need 3 more and I've got 300. It doesn't cost anything. It's just a way of saying like. If you could like this class, that would be good as well, because if people are sort of searching my channel and they see this class and they see, oh, X number of people have liked it, that's really useful for me as well. If you've enjoyed the class and you want to buy me a coffee, there's a link underneath in the comments section. And if you want to know anything more about fitness, my Over 50 Fitness Facebook page is there as well. The link to my off page is there as well. So you can find out about all things fitness, and you can contact me through that as well. It's an easy way to contact me because I get notifications all the time. Okay, let's, without further ado, we'll go on to the stretching. I hope it hasn't felt rushed today. I didn't mean to rush you. I just wanted the exercises to come one after the other so that we have very little rest in between and we get a little bit more breathless and a bit harder, really. Anyway, so just let me put this down a little bit. We're going to do calf stretch first, as usual. So front leg bent, back leg straight, heels on the ground, feet facing forward, both facing the same direction, facing forwards. And the stretch is sort of at the top of your calf. And then very gently bend your back knee. Your heel will come off the ground. Put a little bit of weight on the back leg, on that foot, and you'll feel the stretch moving down into your Achilles. Okay, and then switch over. And then bend your back knee. There we are. Right, we're going to do the quadriceps stretch, these big muscles here. So if you can, grab your shoe, your ankle, your foot, your trouser leg, whatever, and keep your knees together if you can. If you can't manage that, put your hands behind your back and just try and kick your hands with your heels. Doesn't matter if you don't touch your hands. Just the act of doing this with your legs is stretching these muscles. I'm going to do dynamic stretching today. So if you're doing static stretching, we'll hold it for a couple more seconds, and then I'll tell you when to swap legs. Okay, swap legs now. Dynamic stretchers. Just keep being your dynamic selves. You don't need to do this fast. It's just the act of kicking it up. It's good for your, it's a workout for your hamstrings as well, this actually, because as you're doing that, these muscles here are having to work. So it's a stretching and a strength movement as well. Okay, static stretchers, you can cease and desist now. So, hamstrings, having worked them hard, we're going to sit in the chair, but sit forward in the chair. And your knees are at 90 degrees, your ankles are under your knees. Sitting up nice and straight, you can check that you're straight by doing that with your arms. Leg out straight, toe pulled back, and you're going to lean forward from the hips, not from the waist. Try and keep your toe pulled back as well, that increases the stretch a bit. And then sit up. And then repeat on the other side, just check that you're nice and straight again. And then lean forward from the hips. Okay. Final chair-based stretch is if you sit sideways on the chair, don't have much chair here, and then this leg is out straight out behind you, and your torso is nice and upright. And this is out. Just get this leg as far as you can. You don't have to put it as far back as I am, or you may be able to do it further back or straighter than I'm doing. Should have switched my phone off, shouldn't I? And then we're going to swivel around and the other leg's out. Remember, nice upright posture. If you feel a bit unsteady because you're so sort of hovering on the chair, hold on to the back. And then standing up, just let me get rid of the chair. We don't need that again. Hands at, I'm going to move this up a little bit. Hands at shoulder height, palms facing forward, and we're going to go round the tree. So your arms are round rather than straight. And at shoulder height, and then dip your head. And then if you can, interlink your fingers behind your back. If you can't, just try and get your elbows together. And if you're interlinking your fingers, just lift your arms out a bit. That gives you a stretch across your chest. And then last one, hand up above your head, palm facing backwards. If you've got shoulder problems, just leave this one out. And then push this back so that you're getting a stretch here. We want to stretch your triceps. And then the other arm. And then that's it. Thank you very much for joining me. All 4 of you, 3 of you now. And maybe I'll see you on Wednesday. If not, hope to see you next week. Bye.